Hi, it's Jennifer back with a Step Back in Time Journals. This is another craft tutorial. So what would you do if you had, say, a greeting card or a postcard and a piece of pretty paper and a cereal bag? Well, that's what we're going to learn today. So stay tuned. Okay, first you take your greeting card and then you grab your paper, whatever paper it's going to be. This one doesn't really, I guess it picks up some of the colors and the flowers, but you need one that really complements it. I'm just giving you an example in a minute. And then it's going to be either this side or you could do even this side and just fold this over so the pattern's on both sides, like so, and glue it together. Then you'll have, then you'll have something like that. And then you flip it over. You'll see the same pattern on the other side. And then go back in, cut it with your shears, or leave it like it is, whichever you prefer. Take it to your sewing machine and start your regular straight stitch. This is a little bit of a more advanced straight stitch. I don't know what you call it. The holes on it are really distinct and close together. So I picked this one and I thought it would really pop when you get it on here. So yes, it's straight, but if you go like this, back and forth slowly, you can get this little design. It's like a rope going here and there, kind of like a strand of pearls. And if you have a nice picture like this one, really you call it serene and fancy. I know there's some better words, but that's what I'm thinking of right now. Then you take your opaque cereal bag, or you can take the clear ones, but you know, these opaque ones are really neat too. And it'll look even more fancy when you put it in there, and it becomes basically laminated when you sew it in, which I like to do, because then when you stick your hand in, you don't feel this rough texture. You still feel this nice smooth texture. So then you're going to take it to the sewing machine and sew around it, and we'll be back in a minute. But before you sew, make sure you take your bag and cut right along this seam, and then cut this part off right here. There's the other seam at the bottom. And then you can open it all the way out, and you won't get these little pockets here in your sewing, which would make it look kind of funky. So make sure you do that. Okay, now all I did was I took the same really pronounced stitch that is a zigzag stitch this time. I went all the way around the card and paper, just like so. Now I'm going to use my straight edge scissors to cut that out. Now the next step is really simple. Find out which way you want your card to go, and because the picture is facing this way, like so, that's which way we want it to go. And then we fold our paper over our bag and leave about, what is that, half an inch? an inch or half an inch, whichever you prefer, so you can have enough room to sew a little strip zigzag in a U shape. I'm going to push mine up a bit. Now you can clamp it into place however you like it, or pin it, or however you want to keep it in place so it doesn't wiggle around. And then you want to sew the U shape and zigzag all the way up the sides, and we'll be back. Sorry about the brightness. Oop. Here we go. Okay, so I decided to cut around, and so it would be easier to work with. Then, instead of pinning, which I thought would put too many holes in it, I decided to use these really big paper clips. And I clipped the card in place, because that's what I'm afraid is going to move around. Then, I plan to sew one side down and partial of the other, then move this guy over here. So it will work, and then as I come down here, sew partial of this one and move this guy here. And it should work just right. Of course, you can still eyeball it. And remember, don't sew this portion. I'm sorry. So it's this way, move this pin to here, go around, and go up. But do not sew this right here, because you sew your bag together. That would not work. Okay, here we go. Okay, I forgot a stops, but that's still okay because you have your clips about here by now. You can go back and stitch your card in, or you can leave your card so they can pull it out and look at it. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but I'll be right back to show you what I do decide. But first, what you need to do before you decide is cut along the edge of the outside with your pinking shears, which I have here. My dear husband got them for me for a gift. Okay, and then once you got it cut out on the three sides that are zigzagged, then you're going to want it straight on top. And since your card is just hanging in the air there, you hold it with your hands, or keep it in place with your clip again. Okay, so I think I am going to go ahead and sew the U shape again. I'm going to stop right at the corner though, so the person will not know that that's how the pocket is until they put their hand in, and make it a double pocket again. Okay, here's my finished pocket. I really love it. I hope you can see it, and let's see if I can fix your lighting. Ooh. Okay. Maybe I'll hold it up a little bit. You can still feel all the texture nicely. The back. There's so many things you could do. You could put words in here. Make it pop. I just left it as is for this one. I hope to make more of these videos. They're so much fun. And do different variations. So if you like these bag videos, you can follow the playlist I'm going to make up for it and watch them as they come out. Hope you have a great day and have fun making bags. Bye bye.